We're basically doing a live load here with the dump truck. We're taking away all the concrete blocks. The worker that we had here doing the work here took things for granted for too long. The convertible, my favorite part. Very narrow, very tight lot. You'll see here challenges that we deal with. So with 200 amp service, whatever is designed, it's going to be way over the circuit load. Hey guys, we're back at it again at Leaside. We're at one of our projects here. Lots going on today. It's Monday. We're going to be checking out a lot of sites today. Let's go in and have a peek. Oh wow, Connor, you're already here, man. Wow, amazing, good work. It's one of our project managers at plexcon Construction. We're going here right now. We're going to have a peek here. So over here, we've started the first floor framing. We're waiting for some structural steel to arrive. Once it arrives, we're going to have to place that prior to building the walls and starting the framing. This structure is going to also have suspended slab for the garage. As we walk back here, you guys will see this section here. We've built this platform. We're going to be running a lot of rebar here for structural support to be able to carry the load for vehicles being parked here. So this is going to be floating, and we're going to have living space underneath this garage, which is going to contain a movie theater. Doing it this way, basically what it does is it enhances sound deadening. So let's just say if your spouse is upstairs trying to nap, if the boys are downstairs in the man cave watching some movies in the theater, because of the extra concrete all around, you'll see concrete all around us as well as above. It definitely seals the noise in a little bit better than just having wood structures. It's going to contain multi-levels, so you've got a different elevation over here where we're standing above the garage, a different elevation over there where it dips a little bit so you get more height in the back of the structure. So we're going to be back in a couple of days filming some more footage for you guys here. We're just waiting for the steel. By Tuesday, Wednesday, we get the steel. We're going to crane the steel in here to place it in all the spots that it needs to go and take it from there. Okay guys, so we're driving to the next job site. We were there just previously last week where we had a raccoon sticking his head out of the bricks. So yeah, that whole structure has been now, the back of the home has been demolished. It's an addition. We're adding 30 feet in the back, that property there where we're heading right now. So we'll be there in 17 minutes. Very exciting to see. And the garden suite, we just finished pouring the concrete for the trench footing as well. That was poured on Saturday, so that's also exciting. We're going to get started over there, start framing up the garden suite, hopefully this week. So here we have Connor with us in the car. Connor's first day. I'm sure you're very excited. Connor, why don't you tell us a little bit about your past experiences, what you bring to the table, and how excited you are today.
Thanks, Bill. So pretty stoked to be part of the team now. Originally started in civil engineering, and then through the years I moved into residential construction. I've always been on the new build side of construction, starting right from foundation up, usually with larger teams, larger companies doing like subdivisions and multiplex. Did a bunch of townhouse complexes. I've done mid-size high-rise or mid-size rise before, but I've never done anything like this. So it's new to me, but I'm excited to learn about it.
Amazing, that's good. That's good. Yeah, welcome to the team. Some of the challenges you're going to see here, Connor, compared to what you've been accustomed to, obviously, with the space you were in, with the mid-rise, the subdivision, with the infill space, you're going to be dealing with a lot of neighbors because there's a lot of houses that people living next door to where we're building. So it's one of the challenges, and also very tight spaces that we're dealing with, right? Because you're accustomed to obviously having this big plat of land, 100 acres, whatever it is, 50 acres, you're in the acres basically, and you're building up on there. So here it gets very tight. And also, we're handling multiple sites. So it's like having 10 to 15 job sites that you're running. Each job site with its own challenges, its own set of neighbors with their own concerns and whatnot, right? So that's one of the things that you're going to notice differently. That's the challenge with dealing with an older product, because you don't know what you're going to find behind the wall when you start the demolition. Whereas with what you're used to, it's kind of like laid out all, right? You already know the geotechnical, all of that. So we're basically, this is a single family home. This is a prime example of a top up where we've kind of knocked out the roof, trusses, everything. It was similar to this home over here. Okay. And I talked to all the neighbors, obviously let them know, what, we're doing this. Everyone is cool with it. Any concerns they have, obviously they call me directly. Okay, let's go in. So it's a haunted house, guys. I mean, everything is gone.
Right.
It's stripped to the bone. So pretty much here, we're keeping the existing walls that are here. The wall assembly stays. We're going to be reinforcing it by some additional means recommended by the engineer. We go to the back of the home. We're going to be back over here, ripping out this old walkout section over here, and we're going to be adding 30 feet pushed back basically. The garden suite's going on the far back. We're going to go back there in a moment, and I'm going to show you what's going on over there. The convertible, my favorite part. All right, guys. Okay, so Connor, we're at the convertible, man. I mean, we ripped the roof out. This is convertible, you know, this is pretty cool. Again, everything is stripped. The drawings did call for keeping the existing drywall here. We didn't really have to take this out, but because the rain, because there was mold there, I just couldn't see it that we would leave it in there. We'd have to take it out because it just doesn't make sense.
Start fresh.
Start fresh, exactly. So we're going to re-engineer, reinforce, because obviously this structure is going to carry more load now, right? So this has to be a little bit re-engineered. We're going to add one more story on top. And then the addition, 30 feet back here, is going to have, it's going to go up to 3 stories basically.
Excellent.
So it's about 600 square feet approximately of the floor plate on each level. It's a 2-story garden suite in the back over there. There's no basement. The guy's going to come back. They're going to strip everything out and remove the dirt.
So now that we're at this stage, you're going to be forming up over there.
Yeah.
Do you have anything scheduled for this? Do we have any? Do we have the electricians, or do you have the HVAC coming in soon?
So what we're going to do?
Start to do some rough-ins, or are we going to wait until all the framing and everything?
All the framing is done, then we're going to start that stuff. So basically, our next step right now, the machine's supposed to be arriving. We're going to excavate the 30 feet, excavate all this section out. And we're also going to be getting a bobcat to remove all that dirt. There's going to be bins coming to remove all that dirt in the middle because it's going to be a slab that's going to be installed over there in the back garden suite. It's not, there's no basement, right? So it's a slab on grade type situation over there.
No steel required.
So the next thing that's to happen is once the dirt is gone, we've got to call the plumber, we've got to call the servicing guys, electricians, everyone to run the trenches. If they're not available, our general labor is going to then do the digging to at least then put the conduit in where the pipes can be ran. This is the garden suite. So this is basically the garden suite, guys. This is going to be about 600, 650 square feet, give or take, per floor, 2 stories, and a lot of room, very spacious. And this is going to start framing very soon, probably later this week. Very narrow, very tight lot. You'll see here the challenges that we deal with at Plexcon Construction, dealing with these small, tight spaces. But we've got a very good relationship with the neighbors next door and a very good rapport with both the neighbors, basically. So they get it. We're working very tight. And if there's anything else that needs to get cleaned up, if there's any damage on the neighbors' properties, as usual, Plexcon will take care of it. So we've started installing the windows here at this property. Underpinning is completed. We're going to start the siding probably next week. It's going to be aluminum siding. As you walk into the main unit, which is when you come to the ground floor, this is one unit. Self-contained unit with its own individual metering with a hydro. The plumbers have already started working. As you guys can see, the pipes are already all here. So here we're not doing an addition. There is a plan to install the garden suite in the back, but we're probably not going to do a garden suite. There is permits for it. It's a small garden suite, about 400 square feet plus 400 square feet. All the studs were sistered here. Metal framing as part of the code to get the fire compliancy. Initially, the client had thought that this is going to be a double brick structure. With double bricks, we wouldn't have to use the metal studs, but we have to sister because there's not a double brick, it's just a brick veneer.
Okay.
So for the fire separation, fire codes, and we can't use spray foam here, we're going to be using the bat insulation. Okay, so yeah, the roofer's got to come back, finish up the flat section over there, but again, this is no danger to anyone at this point because this is on the outside anyways. He had to go somewhere else, so he couldn't make it. So here, this is his own self-contained unit, windows partially installed. A lot of extra lumber that has to, of course, right, Connor? I mean, this is expensive lumber, right? So we got to make sure this doesn't go to garbage. This has to be put nicely somewhere, and they could probably use a good portion of it in the basement because the basement isn't framed yet.
Okay.
Hey, bro, any questions? I know I spoke to you guys in the video. I'm not sure it was you, but any questions at all for the plumbing side of things, or you guys are good? Okay.
That was the only issue.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna do the same way as I told you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up and
So here, this is one of those projects where Plexcon Construction comes in and we're re-engineering the designs for the HVAC systems because whatever they had designed, the homeowners had designed here, it doesn't work because they don't want to go with a 400 amp service anymore. They want to go with a 200 amp service. So with 200 amp service, whatever is designed, it's going to be way over the circuit load. So we're redesigning everything. This project, I would say, is about 3 weeks behind schedule. We finished framing already. It's already been like 3 weeks already since we finished. But have us work with your designer so we can help tweak these things so that you don't run into these delays. This design came from a client that had already designed it in the past and gave us the designs, had us price the job to start the construction, and we found a lot of issues in this. But a lot of our clients, existing clients that have been working with us for years, repeat customers that engage us early on, that's the best way to do it. Engage us early on so we can help you tweak those designs. So guys, we're here in the basement. It's a concrete block construction for the foundation walls. That's what they did back in the days. I mean, nowadays we're forming the walls and we're pouring the full walls, as you guys have seen, in some of the new construction that we're doing. Here we had to do underpinning. It took a couple of weeks to do the underpinning. So underpinning's all completed. We've gained a lot of height. It used to be 5.5 feet in the basement. Now guys, look at it. I can't even touch the top, right? So it's pretty high. We've done some waterproofing as well for the client. We've done the dimple boards. We're adding some weepers. Pretty good condition. We've seen a lot of really bad basements that have a lot of water, but here, this property is really clean. With all the rain, it's still dry. There's not a lot of water, so we don't foresee having any issues with water here. Water table is low here. We've installed a sump pump just as a precautionary measure in the back there, but again, this was not on the drawings. We didn't have to do it, but we decided to do it anyway, so this is better. Now we're waiting for the new connection from the city services to come for the new water, new sewers. We're not going to need an injection pump here, more than likely. I've already spoken to the city contractor. They've checked everything with the camera, and we're going to have the sewer connections lower than where it's supposed to be over here, which avoids the sewage injection pump. Now, sometimes you run into a situation where your basement is lower than with the water line, the sewer line, rather the sewer line coming in from the city. That's where you need to get a sewage ejection pump. That's where when you go to the bathroom or take a shower, that has to get ejected by a pump. We try to avoid that at all costs, obviously, because it adds another layer of an issue that could occur that you're trying to minimize, not have on the site, right? Where if that thing fails, you go to the washroom, flush the toilet, it's just gonna clog. It doesn't have any way of flushing it out because the sewer level is higher in that situation, and your drains are here, your sewer level is here. You obviously can't get that, pardon my French, the shit to go up there, right, to the sewer, right? So all that sewage waste, you can't get that to go up to the, to the sewers, right? So you need a pump to kind of pump that up to catch the sewer from the city. But here, guys, we're good. There's no issues like that here. Old structure had a walkout over here. That's being closed off to make a window for escape, egress window. It's gonna go over here. It's gonna be oversized for an escape situation. We've made the walkout now at the side of the property here. This is a brand new walkout that was formed. The walls are brand new, the walls are brand new, the steps are brand new, everything is brand new over here. And here, if you come back here, you'll see right there in the video, that's how he's installing the lintel right there. Guys, check that out. Live in the flesh, so he's installing that, he's putting that piece in right now. Because over there also, the opening is being made bigger to add more support. It's engineered to install that piece. You see how that piece is resting on the left side and then it's resting on the right side. We're gonna get rid of that window and put a bigger window there now. And that's it. We used to using that in the townhouse projects, but instead of plywood, they wanted us to go with something that's non-combustible for the fire code because we're so close to the property lines. Here, this is going to also be cladded with metal cladding, non-combustible as well. We could have gone with vinyl to save on the cost for the clients, but they want to go with the vinyl product. It's going to look nice, modern, clean lines. That material is on order. It should be here very soon. So, and on the overhang over here, we have, guys, there's also some plumbing that's going in here. In this cavity, see how we've kind of made this home wider. We talked about this earlier, how we made this home wider. The home stopped over there, but we've added the overhang to get us more space on the new structure that we've added above. But there's some plumbing that's going to be ran over here. As we walk through here, you'll see, so all of this is going to be spray foamed. Not only this section here, but all the sprays, all the overhang to make sure we can get the requirements that we need to meet. Yes.
Yeah, because it's exposed living space above, spray foam helps get you your R value that you won't get with bad insulation. And because of the location of it, bad insulation doesn't sit there. It's used on the walls, it's not used on the floors.
So, hey guys, as we were talking earlier, just right now, about the opportunities and how people, in their lifetime, they don't take the opportunities as, like they don't take pride in their work. They take it for granted, and that's what happened here. So the worker that we had here doing the work here took things for granted for too long. Now another worker just approached me that was doing something else at the same property, and he's like, "Hey, boss, can I do the painting for you? I can also do tiles as well. I didn't tell you that." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." Okay, I told him, "Go ahead, price the job." So now that guy that was working here that got the job from before, and I've known him longer, is about to lose his bread. He's lose his revenue stream because he just didn't deliver on the promise that he told me that he was going to take care of us, and he didn't. The quality wasn't there, the workmanship wasn't there, the pride wasn't there. And if you don't like what you do, no matter what I tell you, you're not going to be able to achieve that result because you're just not happy to be there. You have to be happy to be at the job site. You have to be happy to do what you're doing every day. And it's one of my segments in the past that I was saying that basically I'm a glorified babysitter.
Yeah,
because you know how it is,
adult
right?
babysitting.
Adult babysitting. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know that.
Hold their hand, make sure they show up, They start crying, give them a little pat on the butt and tell them it's okay, you're doing a good job.
As you can see, as we're pulling up there, we've got our dump truck here, very tight site. We're basically doing a live load here with the dump truck. We're taking away all the concrete blocks. Here, we've got the specialized operator that's operating and taking all the rubble, all the concrete is gonna go in these bins. They're gonna be running multiple loads of these dump trucks throughout the day to clear up the entire site to get ready for shoring. Once it's all cleaned up, the shoring crews are gonna come in. Surveyors are coming in today. The surveyors are gonna mark all the pins for all the piles that are gonna be placed here for the shoring. We're gonna talk more about that once the shoring team is there. All right, guys, we're back at the site here again where you guys saw us last week where we were demolishing the home. The structure is gone. We're making way now for the 5+5 and 2 garden suites in the back. So this is gonna be a semi-detached project. It's a very unique project where we're gonna have a semi-detached building with 5 units here and 5 units on the right side. It's gonna have a 400 amp service on each of the sides because the electricity requirements are very high, so we have to go with 400 amp service. We've already applied for it. And in the back, you're gonna have 2 garden suites, approximately 400 to 500 square feet each. We just got permits on those. We were waiting on those just now, and we just got them now. So this is it, guys. And we're about to start the shoring, just the next step. So we're gonna clean up over here. Our trusty excavator contractor just pulled up here. The famous Mohan is here.
How you doing?
Connor, yeah, good, okay. So we're just gonna do the shoring on both sides. We're gonna order all the metal, and that's it. Engineer to come do another site visit, Connor, because engineer, this is a big thing over here at the job site where it was a dangerous situation at the house because the structure was standing, a portion of it. So the engineer has to come back once everything is cleaned up.
For timelines, looks like excavation is well underway.
Yeah.
Next steps after we get the excavation completed.
So as soon as they're done the dirt removal and cleaning up the site, the shoring team is going to come in probably in the next 7 to 10 days, hopefully sooner. We're going to start the shoring process. And once the shoring is done, then these guys are going to be back to start the excavation, to finish off the excavation fully.
And then they'll continue. They're going to bring in the new services from the road as well.
Yes, the client has already applied for the water and sewer connections from the city for both the properties. The lead time for that is about 3 months. So we'll do the foundations, we'll do the framing. We just don't know if it's going to need the ejector pump or not until the city comes into the services. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot lower.
So the city tie-in will happen further down the road.
Oh, further down the line, yes. Yes.